Hi, TI family. Edwin Jones from Indianapolis, Indiana. And I am looking for people who want to start up a group called Targeted Individuals in Indianapolis. There is a www.meetup.com, not hookup, but meetup.com through which we can start a group of our own. These group meetings in Indianapolis will be held once a week in a public place like a library where we will bring written and audio visual proof of our gang stalking allegations to number one, combine them for a possible class action suit. Number two, publicize that evidence on any conventional media like TV, radio, or newspapers. Number three, present our cases to the public as a group on YouTube. And or number four, discuss ways to alleviate the suffering caused by our malicious persecution. And any more suggestions for the group are welcome. We will deal with identifying the common agendas and collaborative efforts being made to injure us in person and reputation. Conspiracies are secret by definition. Therefore, in order to make a conspiracy plausible or believable, we must present a totality of circumstances so compelling as to preclude any hypothesis to the contrary. This is the same principle used to convict the criminal defendants in a court of law. If we don't have a lot of circumstances, things can be, played off as coincidences. The totality of circumstances has to be prepared patiently and methodically, usually over a long period of time. That doesn't sound good, but the alternative is to be called a paranoid schizo. And I'm sure we've heard enough of that. I sure have. For example, I am isolated from family, friends, and musical opportunities. I can't prove the family and friends' circumstances, okay? So I have to pick my battles that I feel that I can win. So the musical opportunities can be argued. I have been singing professionally for over 50 years and have a resume that can be immediately examined on YouTube and Instagram. Okay, I've been performing for free at nursing homes for 25 years, so I have a huge body of work. Now, from January 24th to February the 21st of this year, I've applied to 16 nursing homes asking to perform on a monthly basis for $75 an hour. I sent them first class mailings. I referred them to my music on Instagram, hashtag Edwin Lewis Jones. But I have received only one response, and my Instagram music counter has not moved. Strange, huh? Now, I'm not going to speculate what happened to those letters. What I'm going to do is follow up on those letters with personal phone calls. And the point that I'm making here is that 16 unanswered letters may be considered a coincidence, but 100 letters with documented conversations with activities directors and their names listed will be seen less likely to be coincidental. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep applying until I reach 100. I'll wait till I reach 100 letters and calls before I come to a conclusion. People are blackballed every day in a variety of ways, but we have to show probable cause by documenting a totality of circumstances that is not only prima facie, but is also inherently believable. And then present those circumstances to all who would listen. Another example is, for example, I haven't seen my granddaughter in almost a year. My son and his mother, my ex-wife, and my granddaughter reside at the same house. Unfortunately, I believe my son is a TI turned perp. His mother has been a perp since we were divorced in the early 80s, so she's no surprise or shock. My ex is a retired teacher and a Christian, so-called servant of God. My son is an African Hebrew Israelite and a servant of Yah. So they both would like people to believe. Now, I have no expectations, and I have no realistic expectations of seeing my granddaughter in her youth. But I think that's not in my son's or my ex's control. However, if one day when she is grown and asks me why I didn't keep in touch, I want to be able to show her copies of letters that I sent to her, a totality of circumstances. I have sent letters and cards to her since the first of the year. But, like the musical responses, I've gotten no responses and no letters have returned. I'm sure the letters have been destroyed, so I have numbered, dated, and copied them for future reference. And I will continue to send a letter or a card to her at least once a month. So far I've sent 6 letters. I also have legal documents showing that I made an attempt to have legal visitation rights. Now, by the time she is able to seek me out, if that happens, I will have a briefcase full of proof that I did everything in my power to see her. That's compelling circumstantial evidence. And in conclusion, in proving a conspiracy using circumstantial evidence, you have to be patient, you have to be long-suffering, and you have to be methodical. You have to present a totality of circumstances so huge and compelling that there is no doubt that a conspiracy is going on. Conspiracies take a long time to develop, so it's going to take a long time to expose them, or at least be able to make a plausible argument that they exist. Also in this group, we will also discuss civil and criminal discovery and how to detect violations of your constitutional rights if you're in one of those situations. And it's easier than lawyers want to admit. I cannot practice law in the meetup groups, but I have my own legal filings that I will bring that everyone can read and get ideas from. For me, it's time to move as a group. It's been going on 27 years. And individually, I have done nothing but complain, and I'm tired of complaining. I'm ready to move on and do something about it. Rationally and carefully, in numbers and by the numbers. That's why I want to move. You can reach me at 317-709-6995 if you like. I'm also free on Facebook under Edwin. I'm also found, on Facebook under Edwin Lewis Jones, where a lot of my past court filings and letters to the FBI, President Clinton, Obama, and other so-called representatives are posted. And they are available for you to examine under my photos. And here's my contact once again. So I'm hoping that a lot of TIs in Indianapolis will call me or contact me, and I'll be waiting to hear from you. Thank you a lot. Edwin Jones, Indianapolis, Indiana.